Welcome to Inland Empire Alive, bringing you issues, events, and perspectives from throughout San Bernardino and Riverside counties. I'm David Brady, and on today's episode, I'll talk to Eric Vallejos about how to prepare for what's expected to be a very heavy mosquito season. That's today on Inland Empire Alive. Well, here with me now to discuss what is expected to be a very heavy mosquito season is Eric Vallejos with the Northwest Mosquito and Vector Control District. Eric, welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me.
So before we jump into kind of how to prepare for what's coming, let's talk about the Control District's mission and territory. Give me some idea of, this is maybe an agency that people are not too familiar with.
Yes, so Northwest Mosquito and Vector Control District is located in the city of Corona, and we provide integrated vector management services for the communities of the Northwest Riverside County. There's three agencies that provide mosquito control for Riverside County and two for San Bernardino County. We're a special district, so special taxing district. We cover approximately 300 square miles and serve a population of about 900,000 people.
So what is going to be unique about this year's mosquito season? I've been reading some things, and we all remember that we had a very, very wet, snowy winter.
Yes. So with the amount of rainfall that we've had this year, a lot of our natural water holding sources are now completely full of water, and water is an integral part of the mosquito breeding life cycle. Immature mosquitoes breed within water, so with more water means more mosquitoes.
And we're not talking necessarily about lakes and ponds. So that's a really key distinction that people need to understand. It is any place that water puddles and pools and stands.
Yes, correct. So we have a new invasive mosquito called the Aedes aegypti mosquito, or commonly referred to as the ankle biter mosquito. And these mosquitoes like to breed in very small cryptic breeding sources, so trash receptacles, tires, anything that could hold a couple ounces of water for more than about a week is a potential breeding source for a mosquito.
So we've already kind of talked about it. How do you prepare? What are the things you should be looking for around your property? And then I'll ask you some questions about kind of what your agency does as well to supplement that.
Yeah, so right now our technicians are going around, they're looking for all these standing water sources, inspecting them and treating if needed. But a lot of our advocacy is getting out and talking to the residents and letting them know to share some of the responsibility of going around their property and looking for any standing water sources and dumping those out, and if you can, throwing them away. This new invasive mosquito, like I said, breeds in very small breeding sources, and it doesn't fly very far. It only flies about 300 feet or so. So if you're experiencing bites from this mosquito, it's coming from somewhere very close to your property. So go around, look for anything that could hold water for more than a couple days, dump it out, clean it, or throw it away.
You talked about this before. Talk to me a little bit about this idea that there is a shared responsibility with the public, that this is not just, I'm going to call somebody and they're going to spray the problem away for me.
Yeah, so we're a public health agency, so we have to really focus on public health concerns. And the Aedes aegypti mosquito at this time is a non-endemic diseases, are not spread currently by this mosquito. So we need to really focus on the mosquitoes that do spread public health, such as West Nile virus, which is endemic to Southern California. So we need to really focus on that. That's why we need residents to do their part, go around looking for standing water to get rid of the Aedes mosquito breeding sources.
So you've got a kind of a catchy way to sort of remember. Talk to me about this, and you refer to this on social media.
Yeah, so it's the tip, toss, and take action. Like I said, we want residents to go around, tip out any containers, toss them if they can, and as well as take action by using EPA registered insect repellents such as DEET, picaridin, IR3535, and repellents with oil of lemon eucalyptus. And you can go to the EPA website, decide what works best for you. Whatever you do decide to use, we advise people to think of sunscreen. It's only going to work as well as you apply it. So read the label and apply it accordingly.
So talk to me a little bit about people or places that people often overlook where there is standing water.
Things right in front of them, trash cans. Maybe if there's a trash can with a bag on it, there may be a rip in the bag, so there's standing water under it. Drains, anything that could really hold water, things that you water consistently. The little saucer on the bottom of planters, those are very much popular.
And even just something that might be dripping, that's going to collect.
Exactly. It needs to be standing water, but as long as it's constantly being refilled, then it is a potential breeding site.
What about landscaping changes? Are there anything people should be thinking of in terms of landscaping modifications they can make that make their property less of a hazard?
Definitely. So we just talked about the saucers on the bottom of plants. Instead of having that just be open, you could put a fine pea gravel in there so that the mosquitoes can't get to the water. All different kinds of modifications, maybe drilling holes in the bottom of a trash can so that water does drain out. All different things, and you could give us a call at the district and we could help you out with those modifications.
So talk to me a little bit about, and you touched on this earlier, the difference between mosquitoes. There is not just one type, the type that you'll get, the ankle biter that you call.
Yeah, so throughout California, there's over 20 different kinds of mosquitoes. So the more commonly that could give diseases, the Culex family of mosquito, we find those a lot of times in small ponds. They could be breeding in backyards and swimming pools. Those are more natural sources for that kind of mosquito. And then like I said, we do have an invasive mosquito coming throughout California. It's not just a Southern California issue, this is a statewide issue. And we're looking into many different options into how to control this mosquito.
And so that's the species that, again, this is the one that you'll typically just get, bit on any bit of exposed skin. They're just really more of an annoyance. They're not as much of a health threat.
Correct. Yeah, this is the most widespread mosquito across the world, and it has evolved around humans. So that's why it likes to bite humans where it's not going to get swatted at, around your ankles, around the back of your arms, and it's followed human and evolutionary traits of collecting water. That's why it likes to be around humans, and we have certain proteins within our blood, as well as the carbon dioxide that makes the mosquito really want to come, bite us.
Well, then let me ask you this: is there truth to this idea that certain people, humans, attract mosquitoes more than others?
Yeah, there's all different kinds of reasoning for that. You could be, expelling more carbon dioxide than the person next to you. Certain colognes, blood types do have influence on being more attractive to mosquitoes.
And then I know on your website you have something called the 4 Ds of protection. This is dress, defend, drain, and dusk and dawn. Can we walk through those? So talk to me about dress.
Yeah, so dressing. If you're going to be outside at dusk or dawn, you want to make sure that you have light long sleeves on, pants, closed-toed shoes, in order to protect yourself so the mosquito can't get there.
Okay.
And then defend, wearing EPA registered insect repellents. Even under your clothes, you want to make sure, because a lot of those repellents need to apply directly to your skin. And then the dusk and dawn, that's when the disease carrying mosquitoes are going to be most active around those times.
And then drain, which I think speaks for itself.
Exactly, just draining those sources. Like I said, the water is the most important aspect in managing water. We should have less mosquitoes if we're able to do that.
So you mentioned the type of products that people should be looking for. What are the products that just don't work? Are there categories of products that people should just avoid?
I just really advise people to go with the products that have been scientifically proven and registered with the Environmental Protection Agency, that have been proven to work. And it's only going to work as well as you use it. So keep that in mind when you do buy these products.
And is it fair to say that there are EPA endorsed products that are both topical that you apply, and as well like things you either
so there's facial repellents that people could use that do work, but then again, you have to think Southern California, especially where I live in Corona, every evening there's a slight breeze. So when you have a plume of a deterrent, sometimes with that breeze, that deterrent could be at your neighbor's house and not with you.
So I have to ask, at the MVCD, what repellents do you guys use?
We typically use DEET, or we use a permethrin product that we could apply directly to our uniforms.
And then give me a sense of what is taking place in the community as far as those mitigation efforts. Are there trucks that are spraying? Are there traps being set? Give me a sense of kind of what goes on that people may not be seeing or paying attention to.
Yeah, so at Northwest Mosquito Vector Control, we have technicians, licensed technicians that are going out daily, looking for any standing water sources, doing service requests for residents, and kind of seeing what's going on, as well as we like to get out into the community, go to these community groups, meetings, as well as fairs and things like that, to kind of give the residents the knowledge that they need to do their part and help limit the amount of standing water around their property.
Well, while I have you here, I want to talk a little bit about some other aspects of the control district, it's not just mosquitoes. Can you talk to me about some other pests that you frequently deal with?
Yeah, so we monitor for ticks within the lower mountain range in Corona, around the San Diego Peak area. We have a rodent program, and then we will remove bees in only certain situations when public health is at risk.
Are there things you wish people knew about the work you did that they're not aware of?
I think just knowing who we are and that we are a service for the residents. If they give us a call at the district, there's going to be no fee for us to come out and advise them. And I think knowledge is key in a lot of these situations. And just for the residents to know what needs to be done and do it is very, very good.
So let's talk about where can people find that information? Where can they educate themselves about the preparation methods, the right types of repellents?
So you can visit us at our website, www.northwestmvcd.org. A lot of helpful information on there and all the vectors that we do manage. But if residents aren't within our coverage area, I'd suggest going to the mvcac.org website, and that's our state association, and they could find what special district or county agency gives them service within their area.
And then I also understand that you are on social media as well. Where can people find you in those channels?
At Northwest MVCD, we're on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. We announce all our spray treatments and then what events we'll be at, and as well as helpful tips.
So what do you enjoy about the aspect of your role that allows you to kind of go out into the community and talk about what the control district does? I mean, you have a very public-facing role.
Yeah, definitely. So I've grown up in the Inland Empire my whole life. I enjoy giving back to my community and working in the same community that I grew up in.
Talk to me a little bit about what it was like growing up here and now working in the area where you were a child.
I enjoy it immensely. I work, 7 miles from where I grew up. Enjoy helping the residents. I still see a lot of the people I grew up with, going to their house, providing them quality services to live a higher quality of life.
Well, Eric Vallejos, I want to thank you for being here today. There is still time to prepare. The mosquitoes are coming. For more information, again, go to northwestmvcd.org. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.